Mia Farrow was once the golden girl of Hollywood. From Rosemary's Baby to The Great Gatsby, she had fame, beauty, and influence. But instead of staying in the limelight, she chose a path far more challenging: motherhood on a massive scale. Over decades, Mia Farrow raised 14 children, 10 of them adopted from around the world. Her family was a blend of cultures, stories, and tragedies. Some of her children became successful professionals. Others were caught in the crossfire of one of Hollywood's darkest scandals. A few died tragically young, and one married her ex. This is what happened to Mia Farrow's 14 children. 12. A home split between NYC and the countryside. Farrow raised her children in New York City, where the noise and chaos mirrored the dynamics of her big family. But she also owned a serene countryside home in Connecticut called Frog Hollow. It was their retreat, a place of peace after public storms. There were never more than 8 children at home at once, she said. Yet every corner of her home was filled with life, laughing kids, piano music, artwork, and sometimes heartbreak. 10 of her children were adopted from around the world. Mia didn't just adopt kids, she adopted stories, histories, and trauma. Lark and Daisy came from Vietnam, fragile and tiny. Soon Yi was 7 when she arrived from Korea, quiet and reserved. Moses had cerebral palsy, and Farrow gave him a home where he could thrive. Dylan was adopted from Texas as a baby and became the center of one of the most controversial stories in Hollywood. Tam was blind, brought from Vietnam. Isaiah was adopted days later. Thaddeus, paraplegic from polio, came from India. Quincy was just a year old. Frankie Min, adopted from Vietnam in 1995, was the final addition to the Farrow family tree. These weren't just kids. They were lives saved from orphanages, wars, and illness. And Mia? She loved them with everything she had. 10. Thaddeus wanted to serve as a police officer. Thaddeus Farrow came from an orphanage in Calcutta. He had polio and used a wheelchair, but he had dreams, big ones. In 2013, he opened up about his fears when first joining the Farrow family. New skin tones, a new language, a strange new place. But everyone loved me, he said. That was overwhelming. He was studying to become a police officer when tragedy struck. In 2016, Thaddeus took his own life. He died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. His death shattered Mia. She called him courageous and beautiful, and said the world never got to see how incredible he truly was. 9. Ronan became a Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist. Ronan Farrow wasn't just a journalist. He became a symbol of justice. When he exposed Harvey Weinstein's sexual abuse in The New Yorker, he didn't just write a story. He sparked a movement. He shared the Pulitzer Prize in 2018 and published Catch and Kill, a damning look into systemic abuse. Ronan has said his life shaped his lens on power. The most powerful men in America, I saw how they use power for good and for ill, he said. And while speculation swirls that he may be Frank Sinatra's biological son, Ronan keeps his focus forward, fighting the good fight and making his mother proud. 8. Matthew and Sasha Previn chose private lives. The twins, Matthew and Sasha, were born into the spotlight, but ran from it. Matthew became a lawyer, married, and built a family in New York. Sasha worked in accounting and later as a high school teacher. They stayed out of the tabloids. Quiet, steady, Farrow's foundation. 7. 3 children died, young. Mia has experienced more grief than most can imagine. Tam died in 2000 at just 17. She had heart problems and suffered painful migraines. A prescription overdose took her life. Lark died at 35 from complications of HIV/AIDS. She died on Christmas Day in her partner's arms. Thaddeus died in 2016, and Mia said the pain of losing him is beyond words. Each death left a scar on the family, but also a memory. Mia shares their stories often, refusing to let them be forgotten. 6. Soon Yi married Woody Allen and is estranged from Mia. The betrayal that stunned the world. In 1992, Mia discovered that Woody Allen, her partner, was romantically involved with her adopted daughter Soon Yi. The fallout was nuclear: headlines, court battles, pain that never healed. Allen and Soon Yi married in 1997. Mia never spoke to her again. I knitted a Christmas stocking for her. I waited 6 years to throw it away, Mia said. Soon-Yi told New York Magazine in 2018 that she doesn't remember anything good about her mother. The rift is complete. 5. Dylan spoke out about abuse. Dylan Farrow was just a child when she said Woody Allen molested her. She stayed silent for years, carrying shame and guilt, but in 2014, she broke that silence. In an op-ed for the New York Times, she wrote, "For so long, Woody Allen's acceptance silenced me." In Allen vs. Farrow, Dylan bravely walked viewers through her painful past, including being interrogated over and over with a doll. She said she blamed herself for the family's unraveling, but now she stands tall for survivors everywhere. 4. Moses defended Allen and distanced himself. From Mia, Moses Farrow sees things very differently. He says Mia coached him to hate Allen. He claims she was abusive, manipulative, and violent. Now a therapist, Moses is close with Allen and Soon-Yi, and estranged from his siblings. Mia denies all his allegations, but said his words broke her heart. 3. Ronan's link to the Sinatra legacy. Mia once said it's possible that Frank Sinatra is Ronan's father. Ronan remains close with the Sinatra family. He even attended Frank's funeral. But Sinatra's best friend claims it couldn't be. Medical issues, timelines, and logistics make it nearly impossible. Still, the mystery lingers, and probably always will. 2. Fletcher is a tech genius. Fletcher Previn was building computers before he hit puberty. When the Allen scandal exploded, he used Photoshop to remove Woody from old photos. "We wanted to remember the good," he said. He climbed the tech world ladder and is now a senior vice president and chief information officer at Cisco. Quiet, brilliant, and loyal to his family. 1. Mia Farrow is a proud grandmother. Despite all the drama, Mia's heart beats strongest for her grandchildren. Dylan's daughter Evangeline was born in 2016. Quincy's daughter Coretta arrived in 2018. Mia posts pictures. She celebrates milestones. She cries. She laughs. She survived heartbreak, but never lost her ability to love. Conclusion. Mia Farrow didn't just raise a family. She created a mosaic of humanity. 14 lives, each one full of pain, triumph, loss, and legacy. There's tragedy, there's controversy,